Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door or Door Shutter coming back to you with a brand new episode of Direwolf20's 1.18 mod pack. Today is episode 47, and we're actually going to be getting into mechanisms, chemical infuser steps for getting the hydrogen chloride that we need to progress. So, I've actually laid down some universal pipes here, and the reason I've done this is actually because I should be able to use a flux point to provide power to these machines as well as gas. So, if we actually do this, and we actually toggle this one off and give this power, these machines should get power. Okay? If you didn't know, universal pipes, the reason I do not use them often is because there's a very large flaw with them. You can only have one input and one output. There's no double output like laser IO. So, for example, if I wanted to use this for gas, I could not output out of this machine. I have to input into this machine no matter what, unless I used another side. So, using this for power and gas is fine, but using it for item transfer or pulling gases out would not work unless I ran another line. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty, so I think I've configured everything to just be able to be hit, and it should start these machines up. Of course, we'll want to muffle this. So mechanism, it is the chemical infuser here. There we go. There we go. So now we're making hydrogen chloride. And yes, I do have two of these. This should be fine. We also do need to get speed upgrades, but there is also, I believe, gas upgrades for this available. No, okay. Just want to make sure real quick. So we have everything. Okay, let's actually grab some upgrades from mechanism. Okay, I don't know if I have many. I have quite a few energy. Well, let's just grab a stack of those and a stack of energy. And we will slap these onto here for first, right? And it looks like we're struggling with power. And the reason that is probably because we do not have any upgrades in these pipes. So if we actually just do this and this, that should help power these. Okay. And we could also just slap this on there as well. Of course, this is now full, and we need to do something with this. And this is kind of our step of, we have the chloride, now we need to kind of save it. This is our final step, right? So we're saving the rest of this for the overworld. Alrighty, so let's actually grab a chemical tank. Okay, let's actually grab like 4 chemical tanks. Just for now. I don't think there's a multi-block structure for gases in mechanism. I would love if there was, but I do not think there is. I could definitely look into that. I mean, there's so many things with mechanism that I probably just do not know. But we're actually going to put this right here. Okay. And we'll actually just clear this. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll say on the side, gases. So this one we want output, and then on this side we want output as well. All right. And it looks like that actually struggled to keep up with power. So we might need to switch some of this to mechanism or something. Entangled blocks, that might not be the worst idea. I think we could actually do that and just change these back to gas pipes. But for now, we're fine. Everything looks like it's stabilized. I mean, these things are using like 5.6 FE a tick, and they're only outputting, not that much. I guess they're putting out a decent amount. Okay. So that's that. We now have hydrogen chloride, and we're actually going to put another tank in front of this. We're going to say output, and on the back, yeah, we're going to say input. Let's actually clear this. And let's actually clear this one as well. Just do input, input, and output in the front. Right? And then we'll say output on top this time. And we'll kind of just like stack these. So this, nope, not that. This. All right. Then of course we've got oxygen in here, which is not what we want. So let's just dump this. So idle. And then we'll dump this. And then on the bottom, we'll say input. And here we'll say input and then output. And we'll have a lot of storage, okay? And of course, we can put the entangloper thing on the very top where it'll output all the gas that we need. And this, of course, will just constantly generate. You do have to remember that we do not have this set up on speed upgrades or anything. So that is going to take a while to actually kind of balance, in a sense. So let's see. So let's actually look at our mechanism upgrades. And I don't know what these actually take, if they take any upgrades. Let's see. Anything special? No, just generic upgrades here. So let's go speed, speed, and I think the energy ones are kind of down in this line. And then speed, energy. Oop, do not want to pick that up. Put it back down. There we go. Energy, speed, speed, speed. And I think we're all good on energy on this side. So we can actually come over here, which these really don't need it, but that is fine. We'll throw in all of the upgrades we can. Let me do that and I'll be right back. Let's get this working. So we're actually trying to get sulfur dust here, right? And one of the things you can use is coal dust. Instead of using charcoal blocks or blocks of charcoal, we can use coal dust to get 1 sulfur dust per, okay? But we do need a pressurized reaction chamber, which I don't know if I actually... Yes, I did have these on auto crafting. We're going to grab 4 of these, okay? And what we'll need to do is actually crush this, of course. Let's see here. So when we get the sulfur dust, we then throw it into a chemical oxidizer that then makes sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide can be mixed with oxygen to make sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide can then be made into sulfuric acid with water vapor. So that's kind of the goal, right? That we need to get to. So first things first, let's get the sulfur dust, okay? So we're going to put down machine here, machine here. Actually, let's kind of keep the same format we have over here. So here, here, and then we'll put these 2 right here. Alrighty. And what we'll then do is, of course, we'll need to get coal in here. And what I'm thinking for that is actually just putting the... Well, I don't want to cover this. Because I was thinking if we do laser IO, we could actually just use the power from here. So let's actually try laser IO. Okay. And we put this like here, I guess. Actually, we could just do a laser connector here. We don't need to do that. So let's just grab a few of these and of course place them there. And if we grabbed at laser IO energy cards, looks like we need a couple more. All right, and then we'll want that to be inserted. Doesn't matter about channels or anything because we're not inserting items. All right, and then we can actually grab a laser connector here. There we go. We can put that here. And then we actually need my laser wrench to connect this from there to here, there, there, and there. Of course, everything should start filling up with power. Awesome. So we'll actually need water as well. So let's grab the fluid cards here. So we'll need 4 of these bad boys. So let's grab 1 extra. All right. And of course, change this to channel orange. Channel, nope, wrong button. Channel orange, channel orange, channel orange. And we'll toss this in here as well. Okay. And that is filled up the water slot. Now what we need to do is actually get the oxygen. I believe it's the oxygen, right? So sulfuric dust, or sulfur dust, not sulfuric dust. No, I'm looking at something else. Hold on. Coal dust and the pressurized reaction chamber, oxygen. So we actually need to transfer the oxygen from here to over here. So let's actually do a reverse here. Let's move this tank. Okay. Let's move this here. Take gas pipes. So let's grab some app pipes. If I can type. Ultimate pipe upgrades. And we'll run this gas pipe actually along here. And we'll just run it on the, actually, yeah, on the top will work. Either that or we do entangled blocks. Let's just do gas pipes. And then we'll say in the front, we will want to output, auto eject on, good. And then we'll start saying idle on this. Let's actually grab my crescent hammer out of here. We'll smack this, and then we'll put ultimate. And we'll actually then need to do this. All right. And now we actually need to get the coal dust, right? So let's actually do gas input on the top. So why are you not inputting? Output oxygen should flow through this. Oxygen, water. Okay, that was just a weird glitch. Alrighty. So we've got that. Now let's get a crusher, which I don't think I have set up on auto crafting. No. And we don't have a crushing factory set up either. So let me get that and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I've got the crusher here. I'm currently hoping we have enough power to actually make one single coal dust, which we do. Awesome. So I can actually just configure that. And then we'll actually get the network receiver that we have here. We'll set this network card. Alrighty, so I'm actually going to replace this all with laser IO, of course, because I completely forgot we need to throw power. And honestly, this is the simplest way to do it. So I'm going to get that configured. Coal dust and everything will just go into these machines directly. Of course, round robin, but we'll be doing that off camera just because it's tedious. And then we'll move on to the next step here. Alrighty, so we have this all sorted here. I actually need to throw in this again. So this now, basically what we have is the pressurized reaction chamber making sulfur dust. Sulfur dust is all basically being used or controlled by these three things here. You've got power, you've got fluid, and you've got the actual items coming in here. And then of course you've got the gas pipe, which is, giving us the oxygen here. So we do probably need to make sure we are dumping excess here because this does seem to always be full here. And of course this is full because everything over here is full. So we're kind of all just seized up a little bit. But of course, once we get this all going, everything should be fine. Okay. So we've got the crusher crushing. We've got sulfur dust. Now we need to get the sulfur dust out of here and get that into the actual chemical oxidizer, which I do have auto craftable. So chemical oxidizer, we want to just grab, let's just say 4. Honestly, I'm kind of eyeing all of the machines. I don't really care how many we get. If we need more, I can alter this whole system and add more, right? I'm not afraid to do that. So let's actually just put these right here. Kind of want to get them placed properly, which it looks like this is the direction they're going to be placed. And we're actually going to go in here and we're going to clear all sides on gas and items because that is kind of where we are looking for now. So one thing we actually need to do is grab more laser IO cards. And of course, we'll need to grab, I believe, 8 because we'll need extract and inserts. And let's set up the first bit. I think, oh, I actually have plenty on me and I didn't realize that. So we'll need to extract. Let's actually also grab some more of these bad boys. All right. And we'll want to extract round robin, transfer amount, transfer speed. We'll change all of that. And we will actually change this to channel blue. Okay. So channel blue, extract these things, this. There we go. Oh, not toss it. Okay. And you can see that we're kind of getting a little complicated with all of the different nodes that we're throwing in here, or all the different cards, but I think this will all work out in the end. I hope so, at least. It might be a bit confusing to ever recreate if I need to recreate it, but that should be a-okay. All right, last one here for extract. Extract card, that, and toss it in here. So then what we'll do is we'll actually place down more laser nodes. Of course, these will need energy, upgrades, and all of that, but we're actually going to do insert ones first, which is on channel blue or channel 3, whatever you want to call it. Alrighty. And we'll toss all of these in here. We'll then, oh no, do this and connect everything. And what we should see, well, actually, I don't know if we can actually extract out of the back of this. Can we? It doesn't look like we can. Well, that's not fun. Actually, hold on. It might be because we need to input. If I do this, yes, okay, so we need to input, and of course we want to mute mechanisms, chemical oxidizer, crusher, and let's see, rotary condensator, kind of just everything mechanism, really. There we go. And this was the reaction chamber, but I just muted everything that's mechanism in this area. So then what we'll do is we'll actually need to grab our configuration card after we figure out the rest of this, because we do need to get the gas out of here. So we'll say gas up top is output, auto eject on, and wherever my configuration card is, it's in here. Shift right click, right click, right click, right click, and we're good. Everything should be getting all of that, and of course we'll need our energy cards, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll need a fourth. All right, and we'll just plop these bad boys in here. There we go. And we've got energy, we've got everything extracting, and it seems like we may not have everything on round robin. So let's change that real quick, just so that way nothing ever just gets swamped like it is already. Alrighty. Everything should hopefully be getting stuff. All right, we'll just leave it there. So now we should be getting sulfur dioxide, which then means that we should be able to extract. Let's actually take our crescent hammer, disconnect that, and of course we'll need some more gas pipes. So gas pipes. Okay, and then this is actually going to be used to create sulfur trioxide, which takes oxygen, which is actually what this line is. So this might be a bit complicated. Okay. I think we can do this, but I'm not sure. I want to replace this line with universal cables or universal pipes and see if I can extract out of this, insert into this with oxygen, right? and extract out of this and then have the end of the line be oxygen. I don't know if I'll be able to do that at all. You know what? Let's not worry about that. Let's just do kind of a sloppy workaround. I might in the future look into that. And what we'll do is we'll just do this. Okay? And then of course we'll extract. And then we should be able to... One of the holdups is this. The hydrogen. I should just do this. Dump excess. And everything should keep generating. Okay? So now what machine do we need? I believe it's a chemical injector or something. Chemical infuser. I believe this is what we need to actually make the sulfur trioxide as well. Right? So if we go in here, we click on sulfur dust. We look at the chemical oxidizer. Sulfur dioxide requires oxygen to make sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide is water vapor and sulfuric acid. So yes, we do need this machine here. So we'll place this down. We'll then place this here. And of course, we'll then place this here. And then we'll say on the back, right, we want to clear all sides. And the back should be input 1, right? No, gases, input 1. And then on the top should be input 2. And that should make sulfur trioxide. And of course, we'll want to then run power over here. Which of course we need another laser card. It's kind of repetitive with this whole laser IO system. It really is. I think I wish there was a way to like duplicate like a generic laser node type of thing. Like have, hey, I want this basically all the time. But there's not, so we'll just get over it. Okay, so sulfur trioxide. Now we have sulfur trioxide. Now we need to make sulfuric acid with water vapor, which requires a rotary condensator and a sink. Can you guys see that this is a bit complicated? I mean, I've done this in the past, and I've probably made it look a lot better, but I used entangled blocks left and right. I'm kind of trying to avoid that this time. Alrighty, real quick, change of plans here. So I've thrown down actually 3 chemical infusers. Of course, this is actually going to take a little while to fill up, especially because this does not seem to be doing anything, because we have hydrogen overflow. Okay. So with hydrogen, we probably want to get another gas pipe here and just straight up throw it into a basic chemical tank and just void it. I think that sounds like a good idea for now. So let's grab a basic, start, and we can actually just throw that. Let's just toss that here, okay? And we'll just clear out the sides. We'll say input, and we will say dumping excess, overflow. We'll dump overflow. That's basically what it is. And of course here, then we'll say, hey, gases front output. No, this is the wrong machine. Hold on. Reverse what I'm just doing. It's these machines right here. So we'll actually do this. So this here, gas pipe, gas pipe, gas pipe. And of course, make sure that we're actually outputting in the front. Clear all sides, output in the front. And let's grab our configuration card. Actually, so I guess we do need to input, output. Okay, I think that's right this time. Okay, and then of course crescent hammer. And on this, we'll say input here, dumping excess. That should solve that issue. Everything else should be firing, hopefully, in a little bit. Why are you not outputting? Okay, output the back. Okay, that was my mistake. All right, and then we need to, of course, mute all of these mechanism mech pressure ice reaction chamber. It's a different name than the other ones, so that's fine. But that is sulfur trioxide. Of course, we're not really getting a whole lot out of this because the sulfur dioxide is very, very slow. It looks like if we threw some speed upgrades in here, maybe it'd be faster. Also, one of the things I had to do off camera was actually get more power. We are so off on power right now. This is actually taking up so much power. And I knew that going in. That's kind of why I'm trying to hurry this through so we can actually start getting uranium processed. And with uranium, we should be able to get a reactor and have sustainable power that way. So keep that in mind. Let's look at mechanism upgrades. So let's just grab all of we got. All right. And we'll toss in energy, 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 and energy, speed. And of course, we may not be able to use all the speed upgrades because of the power, but that should be fine. Okay, and this one doesn't have speed upgrades in it. So let's actually just grab those. All right, everything should be going faster now. We are getting sulfur trioxide. We're getting sulfur dioxide. How is the actual oxygen doing over here? It's doing well. That is good to hear. Hydrogen chloride is still... See how, like, this is struggling? This is requiring 32 KFE, which I believe is kilo, which is 1,000, I believe. 32,000 FE per tick. Hence why this is using so much power. I believe if we actually, like, boosted this, so if we actually grabbed this and well, actually, I think it's because these actually can't push out that much power. 131. And then this bottom one is producing 131, and it's using a lot more than that, I think. It's not able to sustain 2 machines. It's only able to sustain 1 machine here. And actually, it's because I did put the wrong upgrades out of this one. This one actually only has 6 speed upgrades. That one had 6 energy upgrades and 8 speed. That was my bad. But yeah, so now what we need to do is with sulfur trioxide, make this into sulfuric acid, which is a rotary condensator for water vapor, right? So this is rotary condensator on the reverse with water in it, which makes water vapor. Water vapor is then thrown into a chemical infuser, and we get sulfuric acid. So I'm actually going to do... See, like, I don't see this. Hold on. Am I doing this all out of mistake? Because I see, like, item to gas, right? Is this what I need? Let me actually look around real quick. Let me make sure I'm doing this correctly, because I feel like I'm doing something incorrectly. So let me be right back. Alrighty, so I've got the water vapor here, which I believe 1 machine should be fine. If it's not, of course, we'll get more. But we do need more chemical infusers. And we're just going to grab 3 of these bad boys here. And those are done. Perfect. And we'll just plop them down right down here underneath the sulfur trioxide. And actually, I've done something that I'm going to undo here real quick, because I didn't think about how I was actually going to do this until now. But yeah, so we're actually going to eject from the bottom, right, on all of these. So output on the bottom into the machines below. And that should give us sulfur trioxide, of course. Let's configure this to actually do so. So input 1, gases, input 1, gases, input 1 on the top. There we go. All right, so that's sulfur trioxide. And now we actually need to just get our gas pipe. And we'll say gas in the front, which is going to be 2. gonna be 2, and gonna be 2. All right, so we then take our crescent hammer, which I keep throwing away into my bag, and we'll do this, throw on an ultimate pipe upgrade, and we should be getting sulfuric acid. Perfect. Okay, so we also, of course, need to grab some laser IO energy nodes. We'll just need 3 of those bad boys. And there we go. Not the counting upgrades. Okay, and then we can just throw these into here. And one more in there. Okay, so sulfuric acid being produced. How we're going to get this out of here, I have no idea, because now I have blocked that path. We'll figure it out. It's all right. We could probably just do entangled blocks at the very end. I think we've done fine. I think. I really just wish mechanisms, or wish Laser IO had gas upgrades. That'd be so cool. You know? But yeah, so that is sulfuric acid. What we can do with sulfuric acid, of course, is break down the raw materials into dirty. So that is basically what we're going to be using this for, to break down every single raw ore material, right? I believe they're called raw materials with forge tags. But yeah, raw gold, raw osmium, raw everything. And then we'll just break that down in the overworld, of course, because we do need the quantum interlopers and all of that jazz to actually be able to do anything with this. So let me actually switch this around here, get this to be able to export the sulfuric acid, because I might have to just... Actually, let's just do this before we get off here. We can actually just do this. Throw this on top. Not pick that up. Right? And we can actually just change this to the bottom. So input 1 on the bottom. So 1 on bottom. And then we can actually just grab, what is it called? The configuration card, which should be back in here. Shift right click, right click, right click. Let's make sure we got both of those. And that should be all of the chemicals. That we need to actually export in there. Okay. So now we have sulfuric acid. Of course, we'll need to get energy, which is going to be a problem. So let's actually solve this with ultimate pipes, I guess. What am I doing? Pipes, universal pipe, not ultimate, universal. Come on. There we go. And then we'll just knock out all of this, and we'll change it to this. And what we should be able to do is do that and take out the insert energy upgrades, throw that in here, do this, pipe, pipe. We should have power, we should have all of that good stuff. And now we can actually just export the sulfuric acid on top through the ultimate chemical tanks. Let's just grab 3 more of these bad boys, and we'll set those on top of this, which then gives us sulfuric acid. We can then throw into a quantum interloper once I actually autocraft those, and we'll do all of that on camera. Of course, we are running out of time in this episode, but we do have the sulfuric acid. We do have a lot of good stuff to work on next episode with actually getting the ores up and going, or the ore quadrupling, whatever it is called. I don't actually know the full amount anymore. Originally it was like 6 times, 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, and 2 times. Now I don't know. At least I believe it was 6 times. So just keep that in mind. I'm not 100% sure how much it is anymore, especially because the raw material change and all of that jazz. So all right, so we'll do input, and then here we'll say output. And we can actually just configure card this there and there. All right, sulfuric acid, chemical hydrogen chloride. All of our chemicals are made. We also have way too much brine. This tank's actually filling up too. So we are good. We should never run out of brine. Keyword should, but we are probably going to run out of power because I do believe this is using quite a lot of power still. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll get this finalized. Bye-bye!